sides being over aggressive.
Little jiggle peek. Nadix did pick one. And Echo is low as hell. Don't stub your toe, sir. Don't stub your toe.
He's probably shouting for medic right now.
He's like,
medic.
As that wall goes down, a little bit of a flash here from Jester, but I don't think they're ready for a Akari. Oh, they do find a Akari, but that static field there, it just buys off a little bit of time. As Jester able to find a Mako stick, but that Molly there knocking down Jesper to 29, but that EP plan's gonna go down. I don't think ready, but Badger able to toss Tricky, Stim, Clev able from that flank, able to find the Elephant. It's all down to Jester, can not find Clev.
It's looking like an 8-take. And we actually see Black Cat going to be lurking on the floor here, but they're going to be going for a fast play onto A site here. And Cheeky Breacher are going to have to react to this.
All right, good evening. How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the BCL. I'm your host, Gibular Bob, and today I have Philibust. How you doing, Phil?
I'm pretty good, Bob. Pretty excited for this matchup. We got UV versus Proteus. Nice little first round of playoffs matchup. And yeah, I couldn't be more stoked. I'm ready to jump in. I don't know what the first map's going to be, but yeah.
Yeah, this should be very exciting. And the other big thing, these two teams are 16 and 17. Ultraviolet is 16. Proteus is 17. So it's going to be, I think it's going to be a close match. And I'm really excited for it. And we'll see what happens here.
That we definitely will. Got almost everybody ready to jump in. UV, funny little backstory. I actually was on UV with my most recent team. That used to be my team pretty much. I was actually like co-acting captain for a little while. And yeah, so it'll be a little bit of insight. It's good to see my old team making it into the playoffs of BCL. Hoping they do well, but no bias. I want to see a good match. I want to see a game 3 out of these, no matter which way it goes. And yeah, just want to see some good action. This should be a good one.
Yeah, just waiting on one Proteus player at the moment. Still waiting on the map vote. But yeah, we'll see what they get into first. Is there a, because you've been on Ultraviolet, is there a particular map that they were really good at or anything they would want to avoid?
Well, there was a time where we realized that Skyscraper was our worst map. And so what happened, as soon as we realized that, we would go into every Skyscraper map thinking that, this is our worst map. And we would I think something mentality-wise, we would just play extra, we would give it more footage. And all of a sudden, Skyscraper was one of our best maps. So according to the team, every map is its worst map. That was kind of the way we approached it. Use that little mentality hack. But yeah, I don't think there's any gaping weaknesses. There's only so many maps, so we play plenty of them. Pretty good mix of all of them.
That's really interesting how that turned into a good map for all of you. Yeah, I don't know too much about Proteus. Currently, their team Rambo, Peas, Make It Great, Ephus. We're still waiting on a 5th from Proteus at the moment. Over on Ultraviolet, Blue Dog USA, Dysfunctional, The Weak Moves, Dakin, and Stanky. Did I say all those right?
Sounded good to me.
Okay. Okay. Sometimes I'm mispronouncing names, like Brabadabado on Bandit. I called him Brabadabadoo for the longest time.
I'm always going to call him Brabadabadoo. You can't make your name Brabadabadoo and expect someone not to pronounce it that way, in my opinion. I know exactly. Yeah, that's... You pronounced it right. He pronounces it wrong. That's why I'm going to stick with my guns on that one.
I'll let him know. I'll let him know. I'll send him that. Yeah, so still just waiting on one member from Proteus at the moment. I'm excited to see what the first map is. Of course, if you want to support your favorite casters, you can hit that donate link at the bottom of the page. 100% of the donations do go to the casters, and 96% of the sub and ad revenue also go to the casters. The remaining 4% is added to a pool, and at the end of the season, whoever has the most highlight clips will win the money from that prize pool. So make sure if you are playing, get those highlight clips, because it could be very, very rewarding.
To say the least. I mean, if being on the highlight reel isn't rewarding enough, a little cash in the pocket sweetens that, I would say, just a smidge.
Yeah, it sweetens the pot there. Retalker, how's it going? Retalker on Bandit, currently not on the team right now, but yeah, good to see you again, man. Oh, it looks like the first map has been selected. It's going to be Factory. Ooh, very interesting. Factory, kind of a balanced map, I'd say.
Yeah, I agree. Out of the 3 maps, you should say, I think the general consensus is Skyscraper, most defender-sided map. Hideout, the closest to an attacker-sided map. I think Factory is probably the most balanced, is the general rule of thumb. But then, just a couple teams that break that mold. Seen the meta evolve, and some teams are just crazy on defense. Teams are crazy on attack. Infinity. And yeah. But it should be a good start to things. Factory. I wonder. I'm a little unfamiliar with the ban pick process in BCL. I was in an. Oh, we got a 5th actually. By the way, and I take it back. And it's Amikosic. Gonna be the 5th for Proteus. It's like he joined and then left and then joined again at record speed. It's been a team change. But yeah, do you know? So it's like, how exactly does the ban pick process work? Is it like the home team gets to pick the first map, away team picks side, and then switch?
So that's a very good question. Let me pull up the document because it is a bit confusing.
I put you right on the spot there. That's my bad.
No, you're good. 5v4 format. Okay, there's the match pool. Okay, so the team with higher elo picks map 1, and the lower elo team picks the starting side on map 1, Enforcer, Revolter, and then the lower elo team picks map 2. The higher elo team picks the side, and the lower elo team chooses the side for map 3. The third map is by default whichever one wasn't chosen for 1 and 2. Higher elo team gets
map pick first, huh?
Yeah, so the higher elo team gets the pick for map 1 first. They also get the server pick for map 1. The lower elo team gets it for the server pick for map 2, and the higher elo team gets the server pick for map 3. So yeah, so it's a good mix between both of them, and it should be. Yeah, we'll see what happens there. Okay, let me give confirmation to Stanky to start it up.
The green light, like all 10 players in the server chomping at the bit. We're gonna be jumping into map 1 of this best of 3 series, and now with the playoffs being underway, is this a single elimination playoff, double elimination? I should know. I came into this so unprepared. Not gonna lie, it's been a busy week for me.
I believe it is a single elimination playoff. Let me see.
Very hype, man. I know I saw the bracket somewhere recently. I didn't see a lower bracket, but we were in the first round, so maybe just haven't established a lower bracket yet. Jumping into Factory, though, is the first map. Bottom floor is going to be the bomb spawn here for the first round. Team Ultraviolent starting on the defense. Meanwhile, on the attacking side, you have Proteus.
Yeah, just getting a prediction out there for everybody in the chat to bet your channel points on. Let me get us over to the game, and let's take a look at that starting. Oh, we've actually lost one Ultraviolent player at the start. That's not good, but we'll see if they can get that player back.
Yeah, just Dakin. It looked like she was AFK at the start a little bit. Perhaps just didn't quite touch a controller in time for round 1. That they just started without her. I wouldn't be surprised. We're seeing Proteus taking control of the top floor. So actually breaching from the roof onto the second floor just to make sure they get full control clean. And they're going to be, yep, they're blowing the hatchery onto A. And a quick drop play. Dysfunctional finding the first pick. Stanky backing him up there. Look at this. 3 members of UV coordinating on this A bomb site. Nice hold to start things off. We got 2 remaining members of Proteus.
Look at this. Weak moves almost finds that kill on Peas. But Amakiosk and Peas will take out that counterplay. Currently a 3 versus 2. We saw a pretty good frag tossed down that hatch by Proteus, but EMP down in Site A. Kind of stranded there as Dakin reconnects for Ultra Violent. Peas now in lobby, heading downstairs. This could be a bit difficult for Proteus to start off, especially because they don't have any kind of healing syringe, and Peas is on a whopping 8 health there, and all 3 members of Ultraviolent currently at full health.
Yeah, this is so difficult, but Amicus finding a nice little frag through the hatch. That's going to give them a little bit more breathing room, but with that EMP being down right below the hatch, dysfunctional, such a strong position. Stanky vaulting up into this A. This is it's going to be tough, but they have a minute 30 left on the clock, and with Peas slowly creeping around the garage, if he gets in behind, gets a free opening kill on a Stanky, they're going to be looking at a 1 versus 2, and dysfunctional from that power play is going to have to... Oh, Stanky turns around just in the nick of time. Peas hears it, and then that was crazy timing there. Still a 2v2.
As Stanky over in Site A at the moment in that workshop, and Peas rounds the connector, finds that kill on Dysfunctional, who was watching the door, probably just out of that peripheral vision, and it's now just down to Stanky. Proteus did an excellent job turning this round around. They were on a 3 versus 2, but they successfully brought it to a 1 versus 2, but Stanky will find Amakiosk, and it's now a 1 versus 1. Peas on 8 health, Stanky on 100, and Stanky does have that Spectral versus the Cyclone from Peas. EMP has been planted, so Stanky gonna need to get that defuse. It's gonna be a difficult push for Stanky as time starts to wind down a bit. And all Stanky really needs to do is get 1 shot on Peas. But that 30-second warning now triggered for the EMP as Peas just staying out of Stanky's view. And Stanky, picks up that kill on Peas to give round 1 to Ultraviolent.
Yeah, huge clutch there from the likes of Mr. Stanky. Coming in big with the... finding the nice headshot onto, I believe it was Make It Great, or was it Amakosic, I think, actually. But with the full health, leaving just a 1v1 and Peas being on 8 points of health, was able to bring that home, going the long way around with that rotation, but managing to have just enough time to seal the deal. That's UV taking round 1 here on Factory.
Yeah, and we are seeing those round 2 Vesnas coming out from both Dakin and Stanky. That should help set the pace for Ultraviolence on this round, which they could really use at the start of this game. Would give them a nice little round advantage over Proteus, as we see Make It Great and Ephes heading up the side of the Factory here. And yeah, we'll see. We do have Rambo up top on the hatch along with Peas. I don't see a drone from Proteus. That could be a bit concerning, especially with those round 2 Vesnas.
Agreed. They're playing it safe here, though. You know, they want to... It looks like they're trying to save for the full buy here in the 3rd round, so... But the drones now being only $200, you see Make It Great investing into this syringe. I'd rather see that money go into a drone. Give yourself a chance of information, a little chance to make something happen with the gun disadvantage here, and don't give the opportunity for UV to pick up a 3rd syringe after this round 2.
Yeah, that would be a bad play. But weak moves about to find Amakosic, who's tucked right in orange stairs. Finds that kill, and weak moves moving up the orange stairs as Stanky does take out Peas. Ephes now at the top of the orange stairs as weak moves about to round that corner. Might find that kill.
Ephes is ready for this. Yeah, right. Nice little lurking play from Weak Moves, able to take out the roam from Proteus. Look, they got control of the locker rooms here, but being locked out of this B bomb site, they've kind of come to a standstill. All 3 members here. Stanky re-aggresses and finds a nice little double piece. He was trying to refrag him, but that is UV taking round number 2.
Great round from Ultraviolent. Of course, Weak Moves with that good counterplay there picked off a member of Proteus before they even got on the same floor as the site, distracted Ephes there, and kind of pushed Proteus into the lockers where Stanky and Dakin picked up those kills with those Vezins. Let's take a look at the scoreboard for the first time tonight. Look at this Stanky, 6-0, having a perfect game right now. Everybody else on Ultraviolent currently 1-1. Over on Proteus, Amakosik 1-2, Peas 2-2, Ephes 1-2, and both Rambo and Make It Great 0-2 at the moment. And this is that full buy round for Proteus, or so it seemed, but now it doesn't look like they're able to afford enough Vezins.
Yeah, it's where it gets a little tricky. You almost hate to see it a little bit. They, like I said, that invest into the syringe is going to leave them with an RCP, a couple of pistols, not quite able to scrape a full buy together. And I don't know. You hope they don't get stuck in the trap of like half buying for the rest of this first half. But we're 2 rounds in. Things are boding really well for Ultraviolent. Not only did they take that round, they took it flawlessly with all 5 members still alive. So really good signs here coming out. All those 1 deaths we saw for UV were in the pistol round. Thinking about that clutch. We're going to see a drone play in through the storage side. Once again, we're on the bottom floor here on Factory.
Yeah, Stanky finds a quick pick on Make It Great. Weak Moves currently out in lobby looking to find another kill on Proteus. Peas does take out Dakin. We have both Peas and Amakosik now moving in to orange storage. Peas looking through orange hallway as Amakosik now just outside the orange hallway window, taking some more shots into site A, but actually Ultraviolent not in there at all currently. Weak Moves now making their way through the orange hallway, now just by a janitor as a proximity alarm does go off in that orange storage. Peas setting that off. Amakosik is getting shot at through the wall. Stanky in a pretty good angle there over in site A, taking some shots through that wall. Blue Dog by the big blue box as we have Dysfunctional playing connector, and a frag is tossed to center. Ephes does find that kill on Blue Dog. Ephes infiltrates from assembly, but Stanky will find that kill. Amakosik in center, taken out by Dysfunctional. That connector player is very important for this site as Peas now right behind the bomb, and EMP is dropped. That's going to be difficult for Proteus to retrieve as Stanky just on the opposite side of the bomb from Peas, and Weak Move will take out Rambo. Good counterplay. Peas does take out Weak Moves, however, swings out and counterplayed with ring around the Rosie with Stanky, who picks up that kill to give round 3 to Ultraviolent.
Yeah, that was a crazy round. It seemed like for a minute there like Proteus with Ifus getting the backstab through that door blocker, catching Blue Dog unaware, and they managed to get control of that A bomb site for a little bit, but then Stanky from the connector side and Dysfunctional in the little fax machine room, they were just able to kind of crunch back in, and Weak Moves gave a nice little flank through the storage as well, and it just completely got pinched in. As soon as they got control of the bomb site, bullets started flying and they got stuck in the crossfire. So we are going into the 4th round. UV looking really good, up 3-0, and the money still not fully there for Proteus. They're gonna get another half buy here. And if they don't really manage to pull, I mean, they got 4 Vezas. This is a pretty solid buy they're actually squeezing out here. But if they can't manage to like string this round and get a couple rounds together, they do have that full new loss bonus. Most recent update for the game, giving you a much bigger money bonus based on the more rounds in a row you've lost. They kind of extended that a bit. But look at this, we're on the top floor again. There's been no middle floor. It's been bottom floor, bottom floor, and now top floor again. So I wonder if we'll see middle floor for the final 2 rounds, but things are getting started here. Round number 4.
And Proteus changing up their strategy a bit as Weak Moves does find that kill on Amakosik. And Weak Moves in the right place at the right time. Again, as Rambo just outside of blue vendings. You got Make It Great by blue stairs currently. Peas watching the generator window. And what's interesting about Proteus is they're not playing that hatch again, which is kind of a common play for a third floor spawn in factory. Currently Stanky and Dakin over in lockers at the moment. They're expecting that push from Proteus over on the orange side of the map, but in fact, Proteus is over on the blue side of the map as Make It Great goes over to blue vendings right now. There's no breaching foam from Proteus. Oh, Stanky finds that kill.
Nice pick from Stanky. Just an unfortunate situation. What a nice nade there. Yeah, well, they were able to scrape the buy together, but yeah, that's one of the downsides of barely scraping 4 resins on your teams. You just don't have enough. Actually, they have a little bit extra money. By the way, 3 versus 4. They've done a little bit of damage, but the passive setup here from UV has been really strong so far on this top floor.
And weak moves currently making their way through the lobby. Dakin does pick up that kill on Make It Great, and the problem without buying, with not buying breaching foam is that it's creating 2 major choke points for Ultraviolent. All they really need to do is play back in their sights and watch the 2 doors. And Proteus really don't have another option other than to go through either the Site A door or the Site B door. They can't make any kind of any other entrances because they don't have that breaching foam. But we did see weak moves taken out, so that's good for Proteus. But Dakin finds that kill on Peas. It's now just down to Ephes. Can Ephes clutch this up for Proteus? Does have that Vezin in the cloak. Picks up 1 kill on Dakin. 45 seconds left on the clock, and EMP not recovered yet. Ephes is going to need to pick that up pretty soon as we're getting down to 35 seconds. Ephes really going to need to recover that EMP and get that planted before time runs out. Blue Dog dysfunctional. The only 2 left on Ultraviolent as Ephes goes for that EMP. Is it possible that a salvage play would be a better option right now?
I don't know. It's really tough with the 1v2. I think you got a much better chance of winning this round than of scraping something together in the next round with no money. And he is going to go down. Blue Dog there to catch him. 12 seconds left. The time wind down. There was just back against the wall. He didn't really have a lot of options there. But I do think, I think going for it there is the better play. Look, they're stuck scraping a 4 spies every single round, but they can afford to. With the max money bonus, they can pretty much get at least 3 Vezins in hand, and now it's just a matter of getting some on the board before the second half and really setting yourself up for winning this game on defense. You don't really have much choice. But look at this, a 5th round, and we still haven't seen middle bomb sites one time. What is it?
Is it rigged?
What's going on with that? Is it supposed to be random? I don't know. No comment. We love Triangle Factory. This is a great game. Still got some minor tweaks to make, maybe. I mean, I'm still curious if when the competitive mode comes out, if there's going to be some changes that people aren't expecting. I think everybody thinks when competitive comes out, it's just going to be like ranked matchmaking. But what if it's like completely different? What if it's like race to 13 rounds instead of 12, and map timers different, the bomb sites, instead of being randomized, the defense gets to pick where they are until they win on that spot or something like that. It's a lot of possibilities.
Well, that'd be very interesting. I'm definitely curious to see what they add in that update. Currently, we have Rambo droning for Proteus. That drone heading through to assembly. And, Phil, you were right, because they are, again, they're stuck with some of those force buys there. And you do see 3 Vezins, but both Peas and Rambo unable to afford a Vezin at the moment. So they're just spending a lot of money. And, they're not setting themselves up for success here. But hopefully they can get a round in on Ultraviolent as Ephes now just outside of Site B sets off that trip mine. Dakin quite low there on 34, does get that heal off. And Proteus have made a bit of an oversight. They've given 4 syringes to Ultraviolent currently as Rambo Make It Great over on assembly. Stanky picks up that kill on Ephes. Dakin watching that assembly along with Stanky. Blue Dog in the connector at the moment. Proteus does have breaching foam. They've used one of those charges on the assembly wall. They have another on the wall into workshop, which is site A. Dysfunctional playing that connector though, so that wall might not be an option for Proteus. Stanky finds Peas through the smoke. Dakin still watching that angle out to assembly. Ooh, there's, you know, Dakin quite low on health. It's a 3 versus 4 at the moment. Minute 10 left on the clock. Rambo upstairs along with Amakosik. We do see that. Oh, that's a bit of that's a bad wall to burn a breaching foam charge on, especially when 2 of them have already been used. That's their final one.
I think that was a miscalculation. I think that he thought he had one more charge in the bank. He was blowing that wall and then planning on blowing the hatch there, maybe that, or they just realized they were short on time and really needed to quickly get down that staircase. But with this changing of pace, and this time seems like Dysfunctional has made the call, because you see Dakin and Stanky also rotating over here. They seem to have picked up on the audio cues, and the fight is going to commence. It's going to be a play for the A bomb site as Stanky opens it up. Now 2 versus 4. Proteus' last stand.
Oh, and Stanky finds a great headshot on Rambo there. It's now just down to make it great. And we see a big problem with Proteus taking a bit too long on their offensive push. You know, they used that breaching foam in the wrong spots, and unfortunately, it really kind of shut down their push. And you know, they took too long, and they're unable to get into that site. Make it great going to go for that Vezin salvage, and currently, Proteus has one more shot at getting a roundup on Ultraviolent before the second half. Let's take a look at the scoreboard again really quick. Look at this Stanky 14-1 right now. Weak Moves 3-4, Dakin 3-3, Blue Dog 2-2, and Dysfunctional 2-1. Over on Proteus, Ephes 4-5, Amakosik 2-5, Peas 4-5, Make It Great 1-4, and Rambo 0-5.
Yeah, Stanky has really just been free to just run around, grab kills, fall back, pop a syringe. She's not making any crazy sneaky plays. I mean, Weak Moves has been really effective on that roam. They've been getting a lot of value, and it's just allowed Stanky to just run around, picking up all the kills. They really need to find an answer to this Stanky rampage before it gets out of control, if they want to get any momentum going into the second half. But at this point, I almost feel like they should be playing to get momentum for the second map at this point. 5-0, not even really able to find much leeway here on the Enforcer side. I don't know what to say, attack or defense. I mean, they're attacking, but they're defusing.
Rambo
Opening nade.
takes out the Weak Moves, but Weak Moves from beyond the grave with that frag. And remember that if Proteus loses this round to Ultraviolent, Ultraviolent will be on match point for map 1 as F is tucked in the cabinet. Dakin realizes, and runs right in to Make It Great, who does pick up that refrag. 3 versus 3 currently. This is the closest Proteus has gotten to picking up a round on Ultraviolent. Do have a lot of money. However, after this round, sides are going to swap. Ultraviolent going to be on the attack. We'll see if they can replicate the same pace they've had on the defense as they do on offense. But currently, Amakosik out and blue vending along with Peace. Breaching foam has been applied to both of the walls in Site A as Stanky pushing up to the cubby there. Insane has been tossed. Stanky blinded by a flashbang. Stanky moving out as Dysfunctional finds Peas. Stanky takes out Amakosik and Make It Great takes out Dysfunctional with a frag, and it's a 1 versus 2. It's just down to Make It Great, who's taking some shots from Stanky, but does pick up that kill. Could this be the round for Proteus? It's just Make It Great versus Blue Dog. Minute and a half left on the clock, but the EMP has been dropped by Proteus, and Make It Great now rotating around just outside of lockers. Might accidentally walk right into the line of fire of Blue Dog USA, who has a great angle up on the top of the cubby. Oh, and tags Make It Great again, who's now on 22 health. And Make It Great doesn't have a way to heal currently. Has that breaching foam. There we go. Make It Great does get that heal off. A minute left on the clock. And Blue Dog is doing it. Oh! And Blue Dog finds that kill on Make It Great to give Ultraviolent, the match point in the second half.
That's right, going into the attack, already on 6 rounds. That was a really great hold from Ultraviolent there. You saw as soon as the double were blown, there was no panic. There was actually two of the defenders on A had the same exact idea. They threw 2 smoke grenades into the vending machine wall that was blown at the same time. A little bit of layered smokes on top of each other, but they had a plan. They executed it flawlessly. We didn't see middle floors once while Proteus was on attack, and immediately for pistol round we're seeing middle floor. I'm just like, what do we do if it goes middle floor every round?
That would be
I would lose my mind.
That would be. Can it go
wait a
the
minute.
same site 2 rounds in a row?
This could be the last round. Actually, I don't know. You're right. Maybe that is part of the RNG. But I mean, if UV wins this round, this will be the last round. So it will have gone middle floors every round on the second half if UV manages to close this.
Yeah, you're right. And take a look at this. UV going with 2 drones. They're double droning instead of Proteus's last offense. They didn't drone too much on Proteus, whereas Ultraviolent looked to possibly be very thorough with this top floor as Amakosik spotted by that drone. And Weak Moves intercepts! What a great play by Ultraviolent. Oh my goodness, Weak Moves again. Right place at the right time there. Calculated by Ultraviolent as P is currently on the stairs, just on the orange stairs. Make a great play and connector in the sights right now. Proteus is already down a player starting off this round. We do see a good frag. Oh, that makes it all the way into connector. Doesn't take out Make It Great, though. However, we do have 4 members of UV currently over in orange vendings, and now they're heading over to the orange stairs. They picked up that breaching foam, and Ultraviolent invested heavily into this round to possibly end things off here. Peas on that orange stairs takes out Dakin, but Stanky will take that refrag as it's a 3 versus 4 currently. Weak Moves tosses a frag into the site. Doesn't pick up anybody though as the wall is blown into site A. FS in the back, taken out by Weak Moves. Rambo in the hallway there takes out Blue Dog with that 1-tap. Stanky does pick up that kill and Make It Great. And it's now just down to Rambo. And this could be the end of map 1 right here. Unless Rambo can get 3 1-taps on Ultraviolent here. EMP now planted. Time is in favor of Ultraviolent. As Stanky looks around the corner. 1-tapped by Rambo. Ooh, Weaker Moves does get shot at, but not taken out by that Taurus just yet. Rambo on 6 health. If either member of Ultraviolent hits Rambo even once with anything, they'll definitely go down here on Ultraviolent. 30 seconds left on the Proteus. 30 seconds left on the EMP is dysfunctional. Now playing the hatch. Rambo knows. But Weak Moves will find that kill on Rambo to give map 1 to Ultraviolent.
Yeah, it was a tough situation. He really, as we knew, he had to go for it there. 6 HP in a dream. And UV managed to clean sweep the first map. That is a really impressive start. No caster bias, but let's go UV. Glad to see that one. Now going into the second map, Proteus really looking to come out of the gate swinging. I mean, there was some signs of hope. I mean, even just that last round where Rambo shot Stanky in the face with a Taurus. That's what you needed to see from them. A little bit of a message that, all right, we can shut Stanky down. We aren't completely invulnerable. We're just getting warmed up. You know, maybe a little bit of jitters knowing that they're on stream. They're getting casted. See it happen a lot. Just shake off the nerves a little bit. Come into the second map fresh. They'll get to start on defense here, it looks like. So perhaps they can get a little bit of momentum going. They only got to play 1 round on defense there. So don't count Proteus out of this one yet, but UV definitely looking strong so far, Bob. I don't know about you.
Yeah, Ultraviolet with an incredible opening. And taking a look at the scoreboard here, Make It Great 4-6, Peas 5-7, Ephes 4-7, Amakosic 2-7, Rambo 3-7. Somebody's throwing the basketball at the scoreboard. Stanky 17-3, weak moves 7-5, Dakin 4-5, Blue Dog 3-3, and Dysfunctional 3-2. Yeah. Ultraviolet set the pace of that round. They played incredibly well. And let me quickly update the scoreboard here. There we go. So walk us through, we are on Hideout right now, but walk us through what you think Ultraviolet might do on this first round.
So let's see, we're attacking on Hideout. I can actually give a pretty solid guess here. There's, I wrote a few of the plays in the UV playbook. On the bottom floor of Hideout, my prediction, based off of where they're set up here, is Stanky's going to foam up this wall towards B. And then I'm going to say they actually toss the foam up, take a garage control a floor above, and they blow the B wall, then immediately blow the storage hatch, and they crunch into this storage room where Rambo is playing. Get control of storage, and then go for a B plant with the hole in the wall broken. That's what I'm calling. Could be a little bit of a different setup. Maybe they're going to hold for pushes at first, but that is my prediction.
And we see weak moves currently droning out the garage looking for that roamer. And UV is right to do that because Amakosic was roaming last time, currently all the way upstairs. Might be going for that early frag from the bedroom. No, I was wrong. Completely wrong there. As we do see weak moves in Stanky moving into garage. Foam is applied to the storage hatch. And we'll see here Rambo in storage currently. Blue Dog just outside is Dysfunctional Dakin also outside of storage. And it looks like UV ready to send it here. 2 minutes 15 left on the clock as weak moves drops along with Stanky. Make It Great rounds that corner. Weak moves picks up Rambo. Make It Great taken out by Blue Dog. Ephes in Jim at the moment. It's Peas behind the bomb. Ephes takes out Dakin. Stanky finds that kill on Peas. Ephes taken out by Stanky, who drops a double. And Amakosic drops that hatch as Amakosic takes out weak moves. And Stanky finds that kill on Amakosic to give round 1 to Ultraviolet.
Oh, yes. Thank you. The prediction was dead on. The classic storage crunch. I taught them everything they know. It worked out beautifully there. Amakosic with the last-ditch effort to try and flank through the hash, but a bit too late. The damage was done in 1 versus 4. That was a clean start for UV here in the second map. They're sending a strong message that we can win on attack as well as on defense. A lot of defense there in the last map, but here we're seeing them strut their stuff, digging into the playbook. And now we go to the top floor. Dare I make another prediction here based off of where they're set up?
Go for it.
I'm thinking they're going to set up to take B here. Probably blow the rooftop hatch immediately. Gain a little bit of control of bedrooms, and then work into the back hall, wrap around B, and try to blow both B walls and get some crossfires going. Hit a little safe plant towards back hall, and I'm thinking it's a B play for sure.
Yeah, it definitely looks like you're going to be dead on again as Stanky does blow that bedroom window. We see a drone from weak moves as Make It Great over in bedroom, tucked right behind the boxes there. Did Make It Great get droned out? I don't know. Ultraviolet are definitely pretty aggressive on the offense here. Stanky finds that kill on Make It Great, but on 1 health, just barely survived that. And Ultraviolet, unfortunately, don't have a stim. Yeah, good point. As Peas, very low, looks to retreat back down the stairs. And F is taken out by Stanky. As we do see that round 2 vessel from Dysfunctional and Stanky. Dakin, oh my goodness, just on 1 health. Anything can kill Dakin at the moment. As Amakosic in the back of sight B tosses a frag. Ooh, that was a good frag, but it doesn't find anybody just yet. As Blue Dog looks to get that EMP planted, Weak Moves takes out Amakosik. Rambo over in Site A, the bathroom at the moment, looks to rotate around. It's a 2 versus 5 at the moment, and nobody has taken out a player on Ultraviolent yet as Stanky finds that kill on Peas. It's now just down to Rambo, once again, who is in the family room balcony currently. Over by the boxes, looks to pick up a 1-tap in bedroom. Might find that pick on Stanky if Stanky extends out, but oh, Stanky knows. And Ultraviolet knows. 30 seconds left on that EMP. I don't think Proteus can win this particular round. And they need to be careful before Ultraviolet runs away with this game, too. As we see Dysfunctional in bedroom right now. Rambo's just still out in the family room balcony, and kind of every push is going to be tough. Dakin peeking that angle on 1 health, but the EMP is going to time out, and Ultraviolent will win their 2nd round. Can Rambo pick up another kill here before the end of the round? Ultraviolent overextend. Dakin finds that kill on Rambo with 1 health.
Very bold. I just want to point out there was actually some really high level. I really like what they did. Dankin got the first pick with she had one of the 2 Vezins, but like you said, she got ripped to 1 HP. They didn't have a stim, so she actually swapped her Vezin over to, I think it was Weak Moves, and got his Spectra and picked up his pistol. And this is really high level stuff that you love to see it, because on 1 point of health she's at too much of a risk. If she gets killed with that and gives a Vezin up to the other team, that's a huge risk in the round. So very smart play from UV coming out in that round. You love to see that kind of teamwork and coordination. And yeah, just a clean brunch onto the B bomb site with the back hall. And now, unlike the first map, we're immediately getting middle floor after bottom floor, top floor, and now middle floor. A little bit of a good mix of all the bomb sites. UV get a chance to attack here on the middle floor. And we're going to see not a full buy. So it looks like Proteus still hasn't managed to get a full buy with all 5 Vezins in yet. Hopefully next round, but I see an Omen and an RCP. It makes me worry a little bit about Proteus's economic strategy.
Yeah, Proteus, they're just, I feel as though they're spending a bit too much money, and they're not giving themselves enough of a chance to get a Vezin round in there. We'll see if they can pick up a kill and kind of recover. But drone, there's a drone currently in Site B. Make It Great will take that out, and Ultraviolent, as Phil pointed out, has great teamwork there as Make It Great, blindsided by Dakin, but does pick up that kill behind that bomb on 2 health. As Dysfunctional goes from Laundry, Stanky does pick up that kill on Make It Great. And a big part of Ultraviolent's push this round is how well they're going to defend the sites from the defenders, as Rambo now in the living room, taken out by Weak Moves with that cloaking device, as Ephes does find that kill on Stanky. EMP is planted in the kitchen, but that hatch is not blown under the EMP. It's currently a 3 versus 3. It's Amakosik and Ephes. Amakosik in the foyer along with Ephes right now. Weak Moves does take out Peas. And Proteus, what are they going to do here? They have a very tough push ahead of them as Ephes now rounds into the living room. Weak Moves up on the table inside A. I don't know if Ephes is going to expect that, as less than half a minute on that EMP right now. Ephes looking for a kill. Over by Piano now, and Proteus just stuck again. Are they going to save their weapons?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be too ashamed, because Amakosik with the RCP is going to be able to drop that and buy himself a rifle. Make It Great can get a rifle. If Ephes brings a rifle, they'll have somewhat of a decent buy going into what is now going to be round number 4. And Ephes picks up Dysfunctional as well, so any economic damage here is good, but UV is definitely gonna, oh no. As I say that, you're right, he was not ready for Weak Moves up on the table, but that's just the RCP drop. So we see immediately 4 Vezins in hand. Rambo is gonna be picking up that Taurus, and he'll probably be dropping a bunch of util for his teammates. So here we get a little bit, the closest, actually it looks like if Ephes wants, he can drop that 5th Vezin. We could see Proteus on their first full buy. But I think Rambo is looking like he wants to use that Taurus. But close enough. 4 Vezins. This is it. This is their full buy round. They really are looking to make their stand here. Once again, bottom floor bomb sites, and yeah, it's do or die. I mean, it's been what, they won 7 straight plus 3 rounds here. They're on a 10-round winning streak. Ultraviolent is, and you really got to do something now to stop the bleeding, or I think that's like gonna be tough. I mean, even if you mentally taxing on the team, right? You kind of like, the hope is slipping away. I can almost feel it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you know, the mental game is definitely hurting for Proteus right now, and you know, we'll see what happens this round, but looks like Ultraviolent setting up for that wine cellar push. We see that drone that Make It Great does take out, but Ultraviolent already know where Make It Great is. P's also in that arcade right now, tucked behind the pool table. Might spring up and find a kill. Does take out Dakin, but Weak Moves quickly picks up that refrag. Good reaction time from Ultraviolent. Amakosik up in family room at the moment. Might go down the small stairs. Stanky preps that bar wall. Tosses that the breaching foam all the way over to Weak Moves, who does pick that up. Oh, that's a bad flash. But Weak Moves does recover that breaching foam. Looks to blow that wall into bar as Amakosik might find Stanky. Looks, oh, fires a bit too early. Stanky knows where that push is coming from. We see a frag that's going to take out Stanky, who goes flying there. Make It Great finds the kill on Weak Moves. This could be what Proteus needs as Ephes takes out Blue Dog, and it's now just down to Dysfunctional. This push didn't go too well for Ultraviolent, as we now have 1:45 left on the clock. Dysfunctional does have a Vezin, and Ultraviolent will have some money, but yeah, this push didn't go the way they wanted it to. Dysfunctional now going to need to 1v4 this. Started off strong from Ultraviolent, but Amakosik did pick up that kill on Stanky, who's been on fire tonight. So we'll see what happens. This Dysfunctional rotating back out, and it looks like, yeah, Dysfunctional possibly going for a salvage play here.
Yeah, just saving the gun. I mean, the team's got enough money to buy. Weak Moves could probably drop an extra Vezin, but Blue Dog will be needing that drop. So I like this play. And yeah, I mean, they had solid idea. They took wine control quickly. Peas with that play in arcade was able to get a nice sort of 1-for-1 trade. But really great reaction from Proteus. That's what you like to see from them. That's exactly what they needed to make happen. They fell back, tucked into the bomb sites. UV blew both of the walls onto A, and Amakosik found that timing. You know, that roam flank came in sooner rather than later. Instead of like on the pistol round where he tried to drop in the hatch and I was stuck in a 1v4, he was able to put pressure towards the back side as they were fighting on the front, and they were able to get that pincer going. And UV was just caught in the, you know, between a rock and a hard place, and the kills went the way of Proteus this time, and they managed to put their first round on the board, and that is signs of life right when they needed it the most. You know, if UV start running away with this map, it could have been seeing a quick end to this series of the first round of the playoffs between, what was it, rank 16 and 17, you said?
Yeah.
So hopefully, you know, they swing a little bit of momentum in their favor, and we start to see a little bit more of a back and forth. This is going to be a legging under them. They got a little bit of money in the bank, a little bit more importantly, confidence. You know, they've realized, you know, Stanky is mortal. He does bleed. We can take this team down if we just, you know, keep our guns pointed in the right direction and pull the trigger at the right time.
Yeah, and let's take a look at the scoreboard really quick. Ephes 5-2 currently. Make It Great and Amakosik 2-3. Peas 1-4 and Rambo 0-3. Over on Ultraviolent, Blue Dog 1-2. Weak Moves 6-2, along with Stanky Dakin 2-3 and Dysfunctional 0-1. This is the momentum that Proteus has been needing all night. This is the first round that they've won over Ultraviolent, who had a 10-round win streak going on. But fortunately for Proteus, they've stopped that scoring drought, as we do see Dakin picking up that drone. And, you know, that bit of a misstep from Ultraviolent that round. Can Proteus capitalize off of that and give themselves a couple more rounds? Currently, they can tie this heading into the second half as Rambo finds Dakin. Peas takes out Stanky, and that was a bit of an oversight from Ultraviolent there. Ooh, as they are down 2 players now. It is still winnable. They do have Vezins, but Blue Dog with that Omen currently weak moves on to health, and Proteus definitely taking advantage of that Vezin round, as they do have 4 healing syringes. They've recovered quite a bit from Ultraviolent, as Dysfunctional now outside a garage. Blue Dog, that EMP has been dropped over by the stairs there, as Amakosik downstairs currently, and Ultraviolent could really use a kill here so that they could shut down some of that eco, recover some supplies from Proteus. But over on Proteus, they're sticking to their sights, and they're roamers not near Ultraviolent at the moment, so they're not in too much danger. But we do see weak moves outside of Laundry currently. Amakosik tosses a frag from upstairs and does land a good hit on Blue Dog, but it will not secure that kill. Minute 30 left on the clock. Phil, do you think Ultraviolent is going to salvage, or are they going to try and pick up a few kills, even though they have 2 players pretty low?
I mean, just passing a big pick. Amakosik has been running around like a wild animal this round. He peeked out the bottom storage to find an opening pick onto Stanky, rappelling outside that window, and then he went to the top floor, busted out onto the balcony and threw that nade, and then he was running around on the top floor, peeking out of random various windows, just applying a lot of pressure. And with a minute left on the clock, they finally managed to shut him down. It looks like they are going to go for it. I think it's 6 one way, half a dozen the other. He's getting aggressive, finding a nice little 2-piece. Weakman finally shuts him down, but in a 1v3, I don't think there's much he can do. And sure enough, Proteus do what they need to do and keep that momentum going. They get their first out of 11, and they put a couple together here. Some money in the bank. Yeah, I think it's respectable going for that. And I think this is a difference that you'll look to see between the UVs. Well, it's the last round. Never mind. I was going to say UV, my boys, likely to do as I taught them and save if they can't afford a full buy. But this is last round. There's nothing to save for here. You got to spend it all. Can't take it with you. Finally paid off, though. Strung a couple together. I think that's a solid performance. Like I said, Amakosik was an absolute nuisance that round. I like the way he played that, and he got a lot of value. So shout outs to Proteus. 2-3 now, looking to tie things going into the second half at 3-3. And once again, we're going into the bottom floor bomb site.
And even though Ultraviolent spending all of their money this round, it's still going to be very difficult for them. As look at this, Proteus has 5 healing syringes, and they all have Vezins. It's definitely going to be tough for Ultraviolent. We'll see if they can win this and give themselves a 4-2 lead heading into the second half. But Proteus definitely looking in good shape to tie this game up. Mistaken, taken up by Rambo. And that's a big kill to have at the beginning of the round. Dysfunctional just outside of Laundry. And kind of an oversight from Ultraviolent, as Dysfunctional does drop back down. Rambo looks to find a kill there behind the bomb. Currently the only Proteus member in Site B at the moment is Ephes, just outside in storage.
They're ready for it. It's the pistol shot all over again, and they're ready for it this time.
Oh, but this time it didn't work too well, and Blue Dog takes out Stanky. Ephes finds that kill on Blue Dog. And we do see a frag tossed. Yeah, Proteus, they adapted to that strategy. It's a 2 versus 5 at the moment. Good call by Phil there. Oh man, Proteus just knew this time around, and that same trick didn't work on them again, as Dysfunctional weak moves now just outside of Site B. Ephes waiting in there. P's up top in garage, looking to take out an Ultraviolent player who might go up those stairs. Weak moves and Dysfunctional looking to pick up a few kills. They can't save again. They have to make a move here. They both swing in at the same time, as the alarm does go off, and they run in front of each other. Weak moves does take out Make It Great. Ephes takes out weak moves. Dysfunctional finds a kill on Ephes, but Rambo will take out Dysfunctional to tie this game heading into the second half.
Absolutely beautiful play there from Proteus. 3 in a row, tying up the half 3-3, going on to the attacking side. They've got the momentum definitely on their side. I could tell before that play even took place that it was not going to catch them off guard like it did on the pistol round. I mean, UV's storage crunch, because Ifus tucked into the same spot Rambo was on the pistol, but he was staring at the hatch before they even blew it. He was just ready, and the player in the back hall was also ready. They had trip mines under that hatch prepared for the play. You know, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, you ain't gonna fool me again. Yeah. Proteus are absolutely ready for a beautiful adaptation from them. And we're seeing a swap now. So UV over to the defense. And let's see what they can bring to the table defensively, and more importantly, what Proteus can bring to the table offensively. They seem to struggle on the attacking side on Factory, but Factory is a pretty complicated map compared to Hideout. So a little bit more of a simple setup. Perhaps it will simplify their attacking ideas and allow them to coordinate as we get started in the second half's pistol round. It's going to be Ifus droning in through this front lobby.
Yeah, we'll see if Proteus can bring this back on the offense. They've set a good pace so far. They just need to keep that up, and they may get a map on Ultraviolet. But currently, we do see Living Room getting droned out by Proteus, which, you know, is good. You'd love to see that droning. It does give them a lot of good information. Proteus found their footing here as FS just outside of that front door, now making their way into lobby along with Rambo, Amikosik, and Peas in garage. Peas does get a few shots on Stanky, who's currently playing the kitchen island, dysfunctional behind the bomb there. And Stanky looking to pick up a kill on Amikosik as a frag is tossed deep into the kitchen. Dysfunctional will get tagged a bit by that, but not moving at all as Dakin now over by the wall. Looks to find Peas. Dakin extending pretty far up. May get caught if Proteus blows up. Oh my goodness, Proteus didn't buy breaching foam. That could be a big oversight this round. I was not paying attention to that as Dakin does get that heal off. And, you know, Ultraviolet, they set themselves up for a good start around here. They bought both of their syringes, and that's going to give them a good advantage over Proteus. But Make It Great does take out Blue Dog. Dakin finds Make It Great, picks up that refrag and weak moves, takes out Ephes. Peas on 12 health. Dakin again on 1 health as we see Amikosik rotating around to the living room currently. 3 versus 4. And again, you know, Ultraviolet does have 2 healing syringes, and Proteus, meanwhile, doesn't have any. So they can't heal, and that's going to make those mistakes that much worse for Proteus. This Rambo now rotating through the foyer. Weak moves, takes out Amikosik. It's a 2 versus 4. This could be the round that Ultraviolet needed to get that pace back. Rambo currently stuck in the living room, and that frag is tossed. Oh, and it finds Peas, and Stanky takes out Rambo for the double to give Ultraviolet the lead again in this match.
Yeah, really solid hold there from UV, setting the tone for the second half. Proteus, I feel like they you know, I think this is probably a weakness that we're seeing from their team setup. I don't know if they're watching the VOD back. They seem to not have like a coordinated attacking idea. You know, they started things off pressuring into the garage, taking the hallway control, getting a little bit of a crossfire. I mean, a big oversight, like you said, is not buying that breaching foam. Such an important piece of utility for the attackers. You have to have breaching foam to just give you that assistance, to poke holes in the map where you see fit. But then, you know, not able to make it work onto the B bomb side. They just kind of gave up and rotated back around to the A. I would say hopefully they can come up with some attacking ideas and stick to their guns. Again, we're seeing a little bit of a force buy. I don't like this on the second round. 1 RCP versus, you know, look, 3 Vezins now. UV feeling really confident with the buy. It's going to be tough going into the second round here. On the attacking side, seemed a little bit, you know, struggling for me. I think this is probably an area where they would want to work on going into the next season, assuming, of course, they don't bring this back and prove me wrong.
Yeah, but they did get that breaching foam this time. However, I think they didn't drone, and it looks like it is going to be a family room push over to Site A, which is the bathroom. Now, Proteus did invest in that breaching foam, which is going to be helpful, but take a look at this. Ultraviolent kind of expected this push. They have a static there. That's going to be a bit annoying for Proteus to deal with. There's a frag tossed deep, and that'll find Stanky, who goes flying. That's not a good start for Ultraviolent. But perhaps they can bring this back, as they do have some connector players now moving into Site A. Amakosik tagged a few times, tosses another frag deep, doesn't find anybody, but Dakin does pick up Make It Great. Dakin finds 2. Amakosik planting as Dakin takes out a 3rd. And we do see a 2 versus 4 at the moment, as Ephes now in the site does take out 2. Can Dakin clutch this up as weak moves taken up by Peas? And we might see... Oh my goodness, it's taken 5-1, but Ephes will refrag to give that tie back to Proteus, and they're not out of this yet. What a round.
What a crazy round. Absolutely. Ephes went huge with that RSCP coming in through the shower window. They heard him fall, and he was able to pick up, was it the double kill? Eventually the triple kill there, finishing Dakin off. And yeah, perhaps proving me wrong. I mean, that was a much different look than we saw on their middle floor execute, right? They completely changed pace and wrapped around, and then that round they had a plan. It was to take A, and they stuck to it, and they made it work. I mean, it looked like it wasn't going. I mean, that beautiful nade to start things off to peel Stanky, that's a huge opening frag. And then this just continuously throwing everything, including the kitchen sink at that A bomb site, and it just barely was enough. Dakin almost scraping together the double kill in the clutch at the end, the spray transfer, but just not quite able to get it done. Ifus with that RCP coming in clutch, and now it's Proteus once again with the momentum on their side. We got a tie game here, and this is what we wanted to see. This is that back and forth breachers action that we love. I am so hyped. Going into round number 9. Take it away, Bob.
Yeah, and it looks like Proteus, they do have all the gadgets that they need. They have both a breaching foam and a drone, which will be very helpful. More importantly, they have a lot of Vezins. They've got 4 of them now, which is going to make things difficult for Ultraviolent. Stanky, the only member to currently have a Vezin. It's going to be tough for Ultraviolent. Peas outside of Jim tosses a frag inside that site, but it won't take out anyone from Ultraviolent. Good dodging there is Dakin up on top of those boxes. Amakosik just outside of storage, as we do see that drone in there. Dakin has been spotted. Stanky takes out the drone, and that will shut off the info from Proteus, as Make It Great taking some shots through the wall. Oh, but does get tagged by Stanky as Rambo finds that kill on Dakin. Weak moves currently out by the big stairs as Stanky takes out Rambo. And it's a 4 versus 4 as Peas takes out Weak moves. And that counterplay from Ultraviolent has been shut down as Stanky takes out Make It Great. 3 versus 3. As Peas does get tagged, tosses another frag into the back of the site, and picks up Blue Dog, and we see another great frag from Proteus, but Stanky will take out Peas. EMP has been planted as we see another frag. Amakosik takes out Dysfunctional. Stanky finds Amakosik, but Ephes will take out Stanky, and that gives Proteus the lead of this second map.
That is so crazy. I mean, what a round. I actually really want to give... I know UV lost that round, and Proteus are continuing their tear and taking the lead, but I want to point out that was a save round from UV, and they ended up... Stanky went with a hero buy. He picked up... He said, I can buy a rifle here, and I'll still be able to buy one next round. And I want to show, you know, they checkmated me with a nade last round. The previous round, I wasn't able to be effective this map. Before that round, he was only on... I think it was something like 8. I think he got a 4K that round. I think he only had 8 kills, and he's like, it's a fluke. I'm gonna hero buy this rifle. I'm gonna do some damage, and he almost gets the ace and wins the round for UV, coming down to just a 1v1 at the end. Eufus, once again, Eufus coming clutch in for his team. Is the only kill he got that round, but it was by, you know, arguably the most important one, the only one able to take Stanky out, and this Stanky demon is coming online once again. So I think Proteus, in order to keep this up, they're going to have to be able to shut Stanky down. And now with the rest of UV being able to fully invest into rifles, we're in for a treat here going into round number 10.
And we see Proteus, both teams now have those residents, except for Blue Dog, who is running Ariel at the moment. But Ultraviolet, they need to make this round work if they want to get that eco back, but we do see a drone heading into Site A. Stanky behind that bomb, but Dysfunctional will take out the drone possibly before it spots Stanky. And Makosik tosses a frag deep into Site. Oh, it might take out 2, but it gets taken very, very low. It did find Dysfunctional, however, as Make It Great currently in the back of the site. Along with Amakosik, Rambo looks to get that EMP planted as Stanky swings out, finds 1. Oh, but Amakosik will refrag and defends Rambo, who guts that EMP down. And that was a big, big play from Proteus, but Weak Moves finds 2 with the roam from out of nowhere and runs away before that refrag is secured. This could be big for Ultraviolet as it's a 2 versus 3 currently. Peas out by the boxes. And FS upstairs does take out Weak Moves, but Blue Dog moves out with that Oral. However, Peas takes out Blue Dog. Dakin finds that kill on Peas. It's a 1 versus 1. 30 seconds left on that EMP. And FS is now moving towards that EMP. Looks to find the kill! And FS takes out Dakin to give match point to Proteus. So now we're going to see a 3rd map in this game.
That is wild. I mean, we got to point out how amazing these nades from Proteus have been. I mean, the last 3 rounds in a row, there have been multiple amazing nades. I mean, that round, that nade almost getting the double kill in the back of A. Round before, there was the first nade didn't find much at parkour, but the second nade went all the way in, bounced off the wall and into the boiler room and caught, I think it was Blue Dog just running away. And then this, it's just amazing. They've clearly proving me wrong. They do have attacking ideas and they are making it work. And the nades are leading the charge for this team. And they've, yeah, like you said, they're on map point. Well, BCL, don't they have a tiebreaker if they tie this map and then win the next map? We go to a tiebreaker of TDM. Is that right?
So not actually in the playoffs, and this was updated specifically for the purpose of ending ties. We're gonna, if it gets to that point, we will see a tiebreaker map decided by, I believe the first team that did pick a map. So I believe that would be the higher elo team in this case, Ultraviolet, but. We are a ways off from that. We'll see. We've already had one tiebreaker match that was Rebel versus Determined that actually went 4 maps. What a game that was. But Stanky, Dysfunctional, Dakin currently in the back of Site B. Now, they'd like to tie this map up on Ultraviolet. It is going to be difficult, however, and they are investing heavily into this round, but Peace does find that kill on Stanky. That's not a good start for Ultraviolet. Dysfunctional in the back has another frag! Takes out Blue Dog again, and we see artillery from Proteus as FS takes out Dysfunctional. Weak Moves, Dakin in Pantry. Weak Moves is on 20. Dakin moves into Site B, tucked in the corner there as EMP is getting planted by Amakosik, and it is planted. Weak Moves swings out right into Peas, and Dakin taken out by Peas to give game 2 to Proteus.
What a hype map 2 on Hideout. Just legendary comeback. I mean, they were down 3-0. UV was winning 10 rounds in a row coming off of the first map into the start of the first half, and then Proteus just went on a tear. They actually even lost the pistol, which is arguably one of the most important rounds. Definitely it is the most important round. It gives you the momentum, and then off of the back foot of losing the pistol, they came back. Ifas clutched it out with that RCP play through the showers, tied it up again, and then they just went on an absolute tear. That was it. After UV won the pistol, that was the last round that they won, and Proteus won the entire map out from there. It was a crazy play. I mean, it wasn't by a far margin by any means. So many of those rounds came down to a 1v1 clutches from Ifas, and it was so close, so back and forth. And I gotta say, MVP goes to the grenades on Proteus' side. There was so many amazing nades almost every single round. They were finding nade kills, just not even off of like chip damage. It was literally just a full HP UV player getting caught with a nade at their feet and not able to go anywhere, just dead. It's crazy. But we are going into map number 3, which is obviously going to be Skyscraper. And you remember what I told you? Skyscraper is UV's worst map, but they play good. on their worst map. So we're in for a good spectacle to close this out. I am excited. Proteus up one. They're tied in the series 1-1. This is the deciding map on Skyscraper. Bob, what a spectacle. I'm so glad I tuned in to co-cast this with you. It's been such a hype matchup. I'm excited for map 3. I don't know about you.
Oh yeah, Again, it's a lot of fun having you here, man. Let's take a look at the scoreboard really quick. Stanky 13-8, Weak Moves 12-8. I don't get to finish reading that because we started the final map here, but we are going to get straight into it. This could be the final map. Now, Proteus, they found their pace. I don't know what was going on in Factory, but Proteus just wasn't here. However, they showed up for the second map, and this could be the big decider. Let me actually switch up the teams here because Proteus starting off on defense, and as we said, or as Phil said, that this is Ultraviolent's worst map, but they play this map very well. Let me start up the prediction here again. Actually, everybody bet on
defender-sided map.
Yeah, it is a defender-sided map, so we're going to see, if Proteus plays this right, we'll see some good roaming from them, and Ultraviolent, in order to counter that, really need to play drones very, very well on this map, which they have been doing. But currently, taking a look at this, we do see Dysfunctional and Blue Dog Dakin all outside of the podcast room. Are they going to swing in? Is this something they'll do?
It's a possibility. I mean, they're set up for it. I wouldn't put anything past them. We throw some crazy ideas in on this map, trying to make it work. Considering that we've struggled on it in the past, it's if the standard stuff isn't working, we like to throw a lot of curveballs. Or we did when I was running the show, of course, under new management. So perhaps they're gonna play a little more standard. I like this, taking control, Weak Moves, and Stanky like wrapping around before they swing. Now there comes the swing, and they have a little bit of a crunch. Rambo stuck in a hard place, but he's trying to fight his way out of it. He finds 2 headshots, and that opens the round up. Proteus.
Yeah, and we do see a 2 versus 3 currently as FS finds that kill on Blue Dog, and it's now just down to Weak Moves. So not the best start for Ultraviolent, as we do see FS actually down on 1 health currently, less than 2 minutes on the clock. EMP is just to the right of Weak Moves. However, Weak is currently pinned in that podcast. Does fire that shot, but Proteus now know where Weak is, and Peas will find that kill to give round 1 to Proteus. And this could be bad for Ultraviolent, because Proteus are going to have that economy advantage. However, they currently can't buy a Vezin. Well, except for Rambo, who goes for Taurus.
Yeah, I think Rambo should be the one. I like it. I mean, we see a couple of teams not going with this setup, but I think the best teams, and I think it's just personally, I think it's objectively the best. This is an opinion. I'm not going to say it is, but at least investing wisely into the second round after you win pistol, it just makes sense. I guess you could make arguments either way, but if you don't buy into this, you go full pistols into it, you're giving away the advantage you got by winning pistol in the first place, taking that economic advantage away, because you get more money for winning. So you put a little bit of that money into the second round, win again, get more money again. The only advantage I see to not buying is if you lose, you reset the loss bonus, but that's giving up a round doesn't seem worth it. But I just want to point out, I did mention, I think Proteus shook off the nerves. I think in that first map, I think they may be a little bit nervous, a little bit of jitters maybe, and then they've fully shaken it off now and are coming alive in this matchup.
As we see Stanky swinging, as Amakosik does pick up that 1 kill, looks to find another, but Weak Moves will pick up that refract. That's got to be a frustrating open for Ultraviolent. Good value from that play from Proteus, as Weak Moves is on 2 health. So yeah, good value from Amakosik, who traded a Spectral for a kill, and getting Weak Moves very, very low. Sights are downstairs currently, management conference, as the management hatch has been foamed by Ultraviolent. Weak moves leading the charge down north stairs, as we do see a door blocker just outside of the lounge there, and the conference hallway where Ephes is currently waiting. Tosses that smoke. Kind of a strange spot for that smoke, but Blue Dog will desert that hatch and looks to move upstairs as Ephes sees the drilling on the door blocker, swings out and finds one, finds almost two, but Dakin will retreat back up the north stairs, and that got very, very close. We see no fear from Ephes there, swung right out on the ultra-violent players, as we do see two currently playing the hatch, Blue Dog and Dysfunctional. Peas waiting behind the bomb, and this is a good angle for the counter hatch play. We'll see if Blue Dog does fall into that trap, and does, but escapes before Peas can pick up that kill. However, not good. Oh, as Dysfunctional does find Peas, and that was a bit of an overextension by Peas. As you know, all Proteus needs to do right now is just play their sights, make it great. Currently out in the conference hallway, but they are in a good spot here. Blue Dog and Dakin are both very, very low. Dysfunctional on 100 health, but yeah, we'll see what happens. As Proteus haven't invested in a round 2 Vezin currently. We do see that RCP from Ephes that came into play there. Almost picked up 2, but Dysfunctional could be in danger of hopping right in on a trip mine, as Ephes does take out Blue Dog. And Dysfunctional goes in on a trip mine. That's very, very bad for Ultraviolent, as Make It Great taking some shots from Dysfunctional and Dakin. Doesn't get hit though. EMP is currently down. Less than 30 seconds on the clock as Ephes looks to find a kill through the wall into Site B. Make It Great tries to find that kill and does take out Dysfunctional, and it's now just down to Dakin. And Ultraviolent struggling here a bit as Make It Great looks to find the kill on Dakin, who tries to escape upstairs and does. 10 seconds left on the clock, and it looks like Dakin might either hop down the hatch or just salvage that Cyclone. Or possibly get the jump here. Oh, but Make It Great will shut down that end of the round push by Dakin. And that gives Proteus round 2.
Yeah, really solid from Proteus. I mean, Ephes, just the RCP, very, very conservative investment, and they've stacked up a lot of money behind this. Was able to be effective. I really like the bold play right where that door blocker was getting busted. Like you said, he had the double kill in his hands, but just a flashbang. A timed flashbang. I don't think that was quite how UV planned it to go down. I think him pushing threw a huge wrench in that play, but the flashbang going off just in time to allow Dakin to escape with her life, but all that did was prolong the inevitable, as UV was not. I mean, they did well to bring it down to a 3v3 at one point, and then, you know, the RCP spray through the wall, you know, finding Blue Dog and dropping the EMP, as well as just popping in onto that trip mine. You know, that's tough. They didn't really get their footing, but some signs of life. I mean, this is a defender-sided map, so I think if UV can just manage to string a couple of rounds, even just 2 rounds, and then on defense they win the pistol and get the momentum on their side. They win the pistol. They invest heavily in the round after that. We could be seeing it tied 4-4. I'm calling it right now. It goes 4-2 first half for Proteus, and then UV ties it up 4-4, and then it's anybody's game with UV on defense.
We'll see if your prediction comes true. Currently, the prediction is all on Proteus right now. Everybody bet big on Proteus after their win in map 2, but Rambo incredibly low on 1 health. Does look to head back in, and you know, interesting from Proteus, they only invested in 1 healing syringe. That could be a bit of an oversight, but we'll see if it is, as Stanky almost taken out by that frag. Peas does take out Dakin. Blue Dog finds that refrag on Peas. It's Rambo in bathroom still, making life difficult for Ultraviolent, who does pick up that kill on Stanky. So 3. Oh my goodness, as Rambo takes out another, a 3rd. Could we see, has Rambo taken out all the players here? This could be, no. We did see a few kills, or a kill from Peas, but it's, you know, this could be a 4K as Amakosik tosses a frag out. Dysfunctional now on 14, but Amakosik, no fear, as we do see that run out, and that play got shut down before it even started for Ultraviolent there. Not a good round for them.
No, not at all. That was absolutely brutal. So this is the moment where we're going to see a big difference in the strategy economically. I think you're going to see Ultraviolent very cautious to invest much into this round. Not going to spend a lot so that they get a full buy, and they play it right. They'll have full buys in the last 2 rounds no matter what, because either A, they win the next round and they bring some guns into the final, or B, they lose and they still have enough money plus the full loss bonus to buy in the last round. But down 3-0, you'd like to see them string a couple of rounds together here. So I don't know if they can pull an eco and round off. Let's see, what bomb spawns do we have? We got bottom floor, and it's over near the broadcasting side, same as we saw on the second round, I believe. Yeah, I don't know. This is a big map. We didn't really have a lot of set piece plays. I don't know if they have any crazy ideas or curveballs to throw at them, but we do see a cautious investment going into this round, and yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, maybe they can pull something miraculous out, but this is gonna be a tough round going up against a fully decked out Proteus.
Yeah, and you know, a big thing that we're seeing here after the adjustments to loss economy is actually some 2 players from UV running an Omen, which is not something you'd see before the loss eco boost. But yeah, we'll see if Ultraviolent can pick up a few kills this round, as we do see a drone currently out in lobby. Stanky lower lobbies. We see a static field emitter in the way there. Peas might find a kill on Dakin, but just remaining tucked outside of green room. Amakosic upstairs by storage, and it looks like Ultraviolent just sticking close to the conference room. The sites are management and conference, as we do see all 5 UV players moving, but they've been spotted by that proximity alarm. Rambo on the move, looks to pick up a kill, and Proteus, again, a big 3-0 lead here, but will Phil's prediction come true that it'll turn into 4-4 really quick? We'll find out, as we do see foam on the wall from Ultraviolent. Peas picks up 2. Peas with 3. Oh my goodness, make it great with the extra 2. And that didn't go well for Ultraviolent, as all 5 Proteus members still alive. Peas had an incredible roam there, and make it great cleaned up those last 2 kills to give that round to Proteus.
Absolutely savage. I mean, this is the struggle on a map like Skyscraper. It's so massive. There's so much space on the inside of the building that, you know, like around like that, you see all 5 members of UV stacked up, and they're caught surrounded by the amount of space that that Proteus managed to take. And even if they get a decent bit of map control, there's so much room for Proteus to move around and find flanks, and they're finding these flanks and timings really well. There you saw it was Peas coming in with a backstab just at the right time. Last round it was Rambo in the bathroom finding that timing to re-aggress, and just they're throwing a wrench in UV's attacking plans, and UV is struggling to adapt. So they got a full buy though. Like I said, into this round, they really need to put this one on the board. They need to get the map control. They need to hold and control the roaming portions of the map. Shut down the roaming ideas from Proteus. Hold that map control. Hold their position that they take against the counter aggression that Proteus is inevitably likely to throw at them from what we've seen so far, before they make that final push onto the bomb sites to seal the deal. But going into this 5th round, it's still a goose egg so far.
We currently see weak moves, Blue Dog and Stanky all in on the podcast room, fanning out to the left, going through mixing, as Dakin actually taking the catwalk, possibly over to the green room. The sites are storage and green room at the moment. We do have Dysfunctional over on the north stairs, and Ultraviolent looking for Amakosic, who is tucked just outside of broadcast. Moving up to those boxes, as Stanky now through server room, and Amakosic might pick up a kill here, but Stanky looks to clear that, and weak moves does take a, oh, but Make It Great was right there, picked up 2, but Stanky will secure that refrag, not the opening that Ultraviolent wanted. However, it is a 3 versus 3, so it's definitely doable for Ultraviolent. They could definitely bring this round back. They do have a heal, they have 2 frags, so they've got the util that they need. Let's see if it's enough to take out Proteus on this round and start up that Ultraviolent streak again. We could see Phil's prediction coming true here, but currently there's a door blocker between lobby and the storage hallway. We see a frag toss, or excuse me, a smoke. And we have Stanky and Dakin drilling that door blocker. Rambo in site B at the moment, in the back of the green room, along with Ephes, who is leaning. And Dakin swings into the site. Oh my goodness, but Ephes will pick up that kill. Rambo takes out Stanky. Dysfunctional. Oh, taken out by Peas. And Proteus just won their 5th round. Uh-oh. They're on the verge of getting match point heading into the second half. That won't be good for Ultraviolent if it does happen.
Oh, that was really questionable. I mean, the opening there wasn't great, like you said, but it wasn't the worst. I mean, they managed to find Amakosik on the roam, but he was able, like, Amakosik heard all the footsteps, called it out, and Make It Great came over to back him up and managed to pick up a double kill before they finally brought him down. So I mean, a 2-for-2 trade isn't horrible, and UV that takes away a lot of options for Proteus, right? They don't have as many bodies to throw at the flank. They kind of have to back up and hold the site defensively. But then UV just decided to waltz in one by one. I mean, Dakin just kind of, somebody vaulted off to the bottom floor there. I don't know if that was a mistake. And so 2 UV members are coming up the stairs, and Dakin just kind of walked into the site by herself. It's like, I'll just do it myself, I guess. And they just kind of trickled in one by one and gave a bunch of 1v1s and 1v2s up, and didn't really, I don't think the clock was winding down that much. I think they had the time, and they just, I'm not sure, they just not confident enough on the attacking side, and it's showing a little bit of slop coming out from the attacking side there by UV. And that's their last chance. The 4-4 prediction is already dead. Proteus will make it up to 5 rounds. Things are not looking so good for UV here on the final map.
Yeah, now Skyscraper is defense sided, so best case scenario for Ultraviolent now is to at least get 1 kill, or excuse me, 1 round on Proteus. As we see, Weak Moves trying to find that kill on Make It Great, Make It Great. But we do see Dakin pick up that kill on Rambo. Good start from Ultraviolent as they are in server. A bit of an oversight from Proteus, not keeping close enough eye on this site. But we do have Make It Great pushing up. Amakosik pushing up as well. Rambo has been taken out. This is the side swap as we see a frag toss deep. Doesn't pick up Peas, but Dakin about half health right now. Oh, getting shot and lit up, but Ephes will find that kill. Blue Dog now half, but Stanky does find that kill on Make It Great. It's a 4 versus 3 at the moment. Good start for Ultraviolent, but Blue Dog getting tagged there. Dysfunctional does find the kill on Ephes. Amakosik with a frag on Blue Dog. Amakosik might find a good pickup from or a good pick here, but Peas does take out Stanky. It's a 2 versus 2. Dysfunctional. Oh, tags. Oh, Peas takes out 1, takes out 2, and Amakosik team kills Peas. Oh no. We see here that Proteus wins this round, and they move into the second half with match points over Ultraviolent. Not a good round from Ultraviolent. It got very close. They had a good opening there, but just didn't come together for them in the end there.
Yeah, it was a really good start. I mean, they had a 4 versus 3. They got the plant down. The post plant was looking solid. Weak Moves was up in the vent to cut Amakosik off on the flank. But the Amakosik, you got to give credit to him. He threw a nice nade. Didn't even have to cross. Didn't even realize Weak Move was up there, but his nade came through and got the value. He brought it back to a 3v3, and that was the cue for Proteus to attack. And now it's backs right up against the wall. I mean, this is a defender-sided map, but the way Proteus has got the momentum going in their favor, and they're on fire right now, and UV just doesn't, it seems to be falling apart here at the seams. It's rough. It's going to be rough. I mean, they got to win 6 straight, and even if they do so, that's going to be a tied map, and that's going to bring us to a tiebreaker situation. That's it. Backs against the wall. No more room for error. Proteus manages to put 1 round on the board, then this series is going their way into their pocket, going into the ever important pistol round here. UV needs this to start off the potential comeback.
It'd be heartbreaking if UV lost kind of in the same way that they won that first round, getting getting shut out by PROTEUS as they shut out PROTEUS on Factory. They've come very far, but Ephes starts off by finding that kill on Blue Dog. We do see Stanky pushing up, does get blinded by that flashbang, and Peas and Rambo are already in. Peas takes out Dakin. Rambo finds Stanky. Dysfunctional takes out Peas. Uh-oh, it's just down to weak moves. Oh no, and we see the aggression from PROTEUS as they've turned this around on Ultraviolent, and Make It Great takes out weak moves. And that's it. Ultraviolent is out of the playoffs here. They have lost 2 maps. It just didn't come together for them. Run us through that, Phil.
I mean, that was just amazing play. You got to give it up to PROTEUS there. They were really on the back foot. Like you said, UV won the first map in dominant fashion. Absolutely 7-0 with the sweep. They're on Factory, you know, and PROTEUS just not able to really get a footing. And then the second map, UV were off to a great start, taking the first 3 rounds. And then PROTEUS just came back on a tear. As soon as PROTEUS won their first round, UV won 1 more round. And it was the pistol round in the second half of Hideout. That was the last round they won. They lost every single round from there. The momentum swing was absolutely insane. PROTEUS just, as soon as it turned on, UV couldn't turn it off. Like they had no answer. And you got to give some credit to, I mean, starting attacking side on Skyscraper, it can be rough. They weren't able to pull a single round on the attacking side, and that really kind of, I think, sealed the deal. There were a couple close calls, and they just, I mean, it's like we said, Skyscraper, we said it at the beginning, Skyscraper, UV's worst map. It seems like they still got some stuff to work on there. Unfortunate. I mean, it was great to see them make it to the playoffs, though. Really good run for this season in BCL. This team kind of coming together from all different, you know, walks of, there's no established experience before. A lot of these players never playing a competitive VR esport before, myself included. So shout outs to UV. They had a great run, but PROTEUS, man, shout outs to them as well. They had a rough start, but they managed to keep their mental game together, and yeah, they hit the ground running as soon as it turned on. I mean, it was a beautiful play. I mean, the nades they had on Hideout were absolutely phenomenal. We only got to see 1 attacking round from them on Skyscraper, but they really flawlessly tore UV apart on that pistol round there. They had an idea. They got Hall control down the stairs. They crunched on that bomb site so well. The flashbang came in and absolutely blinded everybody on the site, and it was beautiful. It was beautiful to watch. I mean, a little bit salty coming as a UV player recently. It used to be my team. I was a acting captain for a while, and it just tough to see them lost, but you know, that was a great game. I'm glad I tuned in to co-cast that. It was a lot of fun. I mean, you got to give it up to PROTEUS, man. They did great.
Yeah, what a game from both of his teams. And yeah, we will see PROTEUS advancing to the second round of the finals. It's not getting any easier for them, however, because the next game they play is going to be against Wrecked, which is number 1 on the NA. So they started off with a good game against Ultraviolent. We'll see how well they do against Wrecked next week. But again, big thanks to you, Phil, for joining me today on this co-cast. Again, remember that you can donate to your favorite casters and support them by hitting that donate button at the bottom of the BCL page. Also, remember that 96% of the sub and ad revenue of each stream does go to the casters. The remaining 4% is added to a pool, and at the end of the season, whoever has the most highlighted clips will get that prize pool. So that's going to do it all for us tonight. Anything more to say before we go, Phil?
No, I mean, just shout outs to everybody popping up in the chat. You know, we got Scott, a bunch of UV guys, Peas hopping in now. Everybody saying GG's, Cooper, GTZ, Zuko. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out with us. I had a great time. If you guys enjoyed it, hit that follow. Make sure you stay tuned. Catch some more BCL casts. The playoffs are just getting started. We're in round 1 here, so if you want to see some more action, don't forget to follow. And yeah, hopefully I can jump in and get some more casts before the playoff is done. I had a great time. Bob, thanks for having me. It's been fun. It's been real, and it's been real fun.
That is going to do it for us tonight. Have a good night, everyone, and we'll see you later.